Today we're going to cook a grilled marinated skirt steak, and the perfect pairing with that is going to be a French 75 cocktail. Today we're doing a grilled marinated skirt steak. I have about 5.5, 6 ounces of skirt, and our marinade. What I'm using for my marinade here is soy sauce, Worcestershire, fresh chopped ginger, fresh garlic, and a little chili flake, a little crushed red pepper inside there. Now, ordinarily what I do is have this marinate for about 45 minutes. I wanted to show you the steak and the marinade separately so you get an idea of what it looks like. So a little bit of salt, since the soy has a lot of salt content, we're not going to season our steak too heavily. And we have our crushed red pepper, so again, light pepper, but you want to make sure that you season. And just lay it right in the marinade, both sides. Now if you have a larger group, use a big sheet pan or a couple of different plates, and you can let that sit in your fridge for about a half an hour. Steak's marinated, now we're going to pop it on the grill. Now, if you don't have your Weber in your backyard or a grill on your stovetop, you can feel free to saute this on your stovetop or broil it. That will work as well. It's got a nice fat marbling, so either cooking method will work. I like to have my steak grilled. I'm going to set that on there and cook that about 4.5 minutes each side so we get a nice medium rare. Okay, it looks like our steak's nicely grilled. We're about the halfway stage here. I'm going to finish the plate. A little sauteed spinach, get our saute pan nice and hot, and I have a little veal stock here. You can use chicken if you like, but what I like to do is get a nice dark veal jus to go along with this dish. Get that nice and warm. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh herbs to that, a little pat of butter, salt and pepper. All right, and we're gonna make a side of spinach, a nice pat of butter, maybe a tablespoon, and a nice fistful of spinach. You just wanna wilt that. You don't wanna overcook that. You don't wanna give it any color. Little salt and pepper. When we're cooking everything, we wanna season as you go. A little bit in the potato, a little bit in the spinach, a little bit on the steak. You get a nice, well-balanced, seasoned dish like that. Okay, so I have some Yukon Gold mashed potatoes here. A little bit of cream and butter. Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, which I riced earlier, nice and creamy, and they have a little bit of roasted garlic inside. I just take garlic, cook it in oil on the stove top, and puree it, and fold that into our mashed potato. It's ready to come off the grill. We're just gonna let that rest for a minute before we slice into it, and we're gonna finish plating up the mashed potatoes with spinach, just a little on the side there. All right, that looks good. And we're gonna slice into our steak. Now, since it's flat meat and it's you see the grains run the lengthwise, you wanna kind of slice against the grain. That'll show off the nice pink flesh. And then you bring that right on top of your mashed potato and spinach. Okay, and to finish, we're just gonna pour our sauce, our veal jus, right on top and a little bit around the plate. Okay, and what we're using as a garnish for that is a little fried taro root. We take some taro root, Spanish vegetable, and we just make small chips, fry those up, a little salt on top, and that gives the dish a little crispiness, gives it a little added dimension, a little different texture. And here we have our grilled marinated skirt steak with Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, sauteed spinach. A great pairing with our steak dish is the French 75. It was a dish that was invented by a World War II pilot that was a champagne drinker, but he wanted a little more kick to it, and he added gin or a cognac to his drink, and it's named, after a French howitzer cannon, so it has that kind of kick. So to get started, fill your pint glass with a little bit of ice, some fresh lemon juice, maybe about the juice of half of a lemon, and an ounce and a half of premium gin. About a tablespoon or so of fine sugar, and shake. We're going to strain that into our champagne glass, and we're going to top that off with champagne. You can use French champagne or American sparkling white wine, it's just fine. And a twist will finish that cocktail. Now this drink is not for the faint of heart. It is powerful. A little twist in there, and you pair that with our steak dish. Enjoy.